The thing holding us back is available workers to fill the thousands of jobs that are open today.
Are workforce shortages holding Oklahoma back when it comes to the state's aerospace industry? That's what we're asking tonight as we look into the challenges and opportunities facing businesses and workers alike. Let's go over to Fox 25's Tom Ferguson joining us live with a closer look. Tom, how big of a deal is this?
Well, and business leaders say workforce shortages are the #1 issue facing aerospace here in Oklahoma. The state faces some fierce competition to grow into industry. Luckily, though, there are some good things working in its favor. Oklahoma has a rich legacy when it comes to aviation and aerospace. From State Hall of Fame inductee and aviator Wiley Post to Tinker Air Force Base and beyond, the Sooner State has made its mark in the field.
Because companies want to be here. They love that we have that strong history, and that core industry is really important to Oklahoma, but we got to have the workforce to back it up.
That workforce issue could be crippling, though, if it doesn't get fixed. To help get more students and adults into the pipeline, the state chamber is calling for greater coordination between K-12 schools, universities, and career tech centers. Rick Nagel says his company's partnership with Norman Schools led to the first of its kind Aviation Academy. It's a 4-year immersive program that connects STEM-focused high schoolers to opportunities in aerospace, bringing in OU and the Moore Norman Tech Center.
When you're looking at building a career that's stable, that's doing great work that leverages a lot of state history and is good for America, I hope everybody answers the call.
According to Nagel, there's up to 2,500 aerospace jobs open in the state right now that offer great paying careers for technicians, engineers, pilots, and more. The chamber CEO says there's a lot of potential here to grow and diversify the state's economy.
We're always going to be an energy state, and that's great. But what we need to do is broaden it out. And when we have excellence and we have core capabilities already in aerospace, why would we not lean into that?
He added the workforce shortages are what's stopping companies here in Oklahoma from expanding. According to Nagel, aerospace saw about 100,000 workers leave the industry during the pandemic era across the country. But with the foundation already in place, Oklahoma can quickly rise to the challenge and meet the current demand. And Nagel says a lot of people wanting to break into the industry just don't know where to start. He said to get in touch with your local career tech or university to get training and resources. We'll have links and information to do that on OKCFox.com. Live in Oklahoma City, Tom Ferguson, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Tom. And the pilot shortage across the country and in Oklahoma became an even bigger problem after the pandemic. According to Boeing's 2020 outlook, the company estimates the commercial aviation industry will need 763,000 new pilots, 739,000 new maintenance technicians, 903,000 new cabin crew members in the next 20 years.
A lot of people took early retirement. Some people will have left the business, and it takes a long time to make a pilot. There's a lot of training involved. So we actually may find that we need even more pilots than we did before the pandemic.
And that next generation of aviation experts could be getting a head start in Oklahoma's high school classrooms. Back in 2017, Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association brought their You Can Fly program to Oklahoma. It gives high school students a chance to learn about aviation careers hands-on. The curriculum first field tested by ADA schools, and the program really took off.
We've done weekend projects where we built RC planes out at somebody's house. We've had to tell the kids to leave because we've been there for 5 hours building balsa wood airplanes, and it's just the craziest thing to see kids excited about learning. We have about 5 or 6 kids that'll graduate high school with their private pilot's license.
By 2021, 17 schools in Oklahoma using the program. In 2022, that number went up to 57 schools. That's when Governor Stitt signed a new bill making into law aviation classes more accessible to students. Senate Bill 1147 allows students to take specific aviation and aerospace courses as part of their core curriculum instead of choosing it as an elective. Students can now take it instead of a basic core class like math or science.
It only makes sense that it's a core curriculum credit. It's very heavy on science. There's a lot of math involved as well.
I can see the light show up in the kids' eyes that oh my gosh, now I have an opportunity to go join this great career field that I never even knew about prior to having the AOPA program in Oklahoma.
And as of today, 87 schools in Oklahoma teaching the curriculum. According to the Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission, Oklahoma #1 in the nation for the number of schools teaching this aviation and aerospace program in the classroom. And we're seeing the impact of the program at universities as well. OU School of Aviation seen a 50% jump in enrollment in the past 2 school years. This year, more than 350 students are in aviation management courses, both flying and non-flying. Another program paving the way for aeronautics in Oklahoma, Moore Norman Technology Center, unveiling its new aviation maintenance technology program today. That'll provide students with a direct path to a career in the state's aviation and aerospace industry. Fox 25's Katie Arata spoke to experts in the industry.
The aviation and aerospace industry is the second largest and fastest growing industry in Oklahoma, and those working in aviation as well as state lawmakers hope the industry grows to #1 in the state. They say to do that, we need training programs like the new aviation maintenance tech program at Moore Norman.
We have to find something that's going to diversify our economy and can sustain downturns, and aerospace and aviation can.
The aviation industry in Oklahoma is growing fast but faces staffing challenges.
Aeronautics in Oklahoma is growing at speeds we cannot even comprehend. And as we do move up, of course, it's important that we're arming our workforce, that we're readying those students to enter these critical jobs.
Monday morning, Moore Norman Technology Center launched its first aviation maintenance technology program, where students participate in an 18-month hands-on training program to prepare them for their A&P certification in aviation mechanics.
And it just made sense to put this facility, this training facility here, centrally located, as I said, we start training and prepare tomorrow's workforce. I mean, we've got Tinker and just companies surrounding us in the metro area that are in dire need of employees.
Experts in the aviation industry in Oklahoma say there is a great need for workers in the state and tons of job opportunities at Tinker, Will Rogers, and more.
We have 1,100 aerospace companies across the state of Oklahoma, and they're not just in Oklahoma City and Tulsa. They're all across various communities, rural and urban. Average salary back in 2017 when we did the survey was $73,300 a year. That was almost double what the average Oklahoman made in terms of their career field.
The executive director of the Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission says he is hopeful that the industry will be #1 in the state within the next dozen years or so. For more information on the new aviation maintenance technology program at Moore Norman, we have more information on our website, okcfox.com. Reporting for Fox 25 News, I'm Katie Arata.
Thank you, Katie. A new curriculum added in Yukon last year, allowing students to add pilot training to their college applications. The school now offering aviation courses with 2 new flight simulators paid for with grant money. Former Navy pilot and high school teacher Micah Foster says the district giving students the opportunity to have a first-class education that'll help them take flight in their careers. The simulators are FAA-approved basic training devices so students can actually clock hours that go towards a future pilot's license. Oklahoma aviation leaders working to get the next generation in the air, and industry leaders gathering at the state capitol early this year for Aviation, Aerospace, and Defense Awareness Day. They met with high school students, even let them try out some gadgets like drones and flight simulators.
He was showing me the battery that goes in it. It was a pretty big battery. He was also showing me like the camera. I was surprised by the cost of the airplane.
I'm more looking for like the Air Force aspect because I really want to pursue a military aviation career. Like, you know, fly like tankers, like KC-135s.
Industry leaders also met with the governor on Aviation, Aerospace, and Defense Awareness Day, asking for continued support. And back in June, Superintendent Ryan Walters announced a partnership with the FAA. The partnership aiming to bring the latest aviation training technology directly into Oklahoma classrooms. Officials hope the partnership brings Oklahoma schools even more opportunities to recruit not only new teachers, but new students as well. And we spoke with Oklahoma Congressman Tom Cole just last month about the aviation and aerospace industry. He says lawmakers working to improve air infrastructure and invest in military aviation. Cole also highlighted the importance of the industry in our state.
We work with a lot of different companies that have business there that hire Oklahomans. And aerospace here between both the military component and here you go to Tulsa, you've got the American Maintenance Facility up there, employs 4,000 or 5,000 people. So this state, that's our #2 industry now. That's our future. We've got important stable industries like oil and gas and like agriculture, but no question, Oklahoma is one of the top aerospace states in the country.
Congressman Cole has introduced several proposals involving aviation, including one to continue modernization of Will Rogers World Airport. That was your big story breakdown. You find out more information about aviation and aerospace in Oklahoma on OKCFox.com.